So as promised, I am making a review, or I'm sorry, a video of the rest of this lesson. I did already, but it's gone and disappeared. So here's another one. All right. So let's see. We got a skateboard park. They're going to go skateboarding, and they said it's like a U. If it's a U, that reminds me of a quadratic. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. It's a pretty picture. It says that the dip's 15 feet below, so that means it's down here 15 somewhere. And then the width means across, is from 0 all the way to 40. So we got a point here and a point here. And I need to figure out all those points, and I need to find the equation. All right, so I know that this is the point 0, 0. Well, let me make that more clear. And this is the point 40, comma 0. And if this is 0 to 40, halfway would be 20, and then negative 15. So I got the vertex, cool. All right. Now, if I'm doing this, I'm going to use the, let me put it up here because it was in the first part, but I don't know where that is right now. Actually, let me find it, hold on. So I found it, and you're going to pretend you don't see the answers, okay? So if you look, the H went in there, the K went in there, and then I picked one of these points to plug into X and Y and got my A. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to take my H, which is here. I'm going to take my K, which is here. I'm going to pick one of the points. Now, which one do you think I'm going to pick? We'll see that in a second. So I have Y equals A times X, minus 20 squared minus 15. Because remember, when the X, it's not a straight shooter. So do you think I'm going to pick 0, 0 or 40, 0? The truth is, it doesn't matter what I pick. But I'm probably going to pick 40 because when I plug in 40 right here and 0 in here, 40 minus 20 is positive. If I plug in 0, 0 minus 20 is negative 20. Will I get the same answer? Yeah. Do I like positive answers? Yes. Okay, so let me put a 0 in there. And now, based on PEMDAS, 40 minus 20 is 20. Squared is 400. So instead of writing A 400, I write 400A. Now I add 15 to both sides. And I divide by 400. If you give me 15 over 400, hint, hint, nudge, nudge for the quiz, you will not get full credit. So you want to make sure you simplify. To remind you about simplifying, you can go into Desmos, go 15 divided by 400, press enter. It'll give you a decimal, but then there's this little symbol that has a fraction. You click on it and it turns it back into a fraction. So I get A equals 3 over 80. Okay, now that I have my A, that's what I tried to find here. Oops, you can't see that, I'm sorry. All right, now I can write my equation. Y equals 3 over 80, X minus 20, I'll move my hand in a second, minus 15. Or there's my A, there's my vertex in vertex form. Okay? All right, you'll notice it's going up, and that's positive. This one was going down, and it was negative. All right, let's look at this next one. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Sorry here. Oops. So I decided to change the question a little bit because I didn't like it, and I did all this work, and I did it in pen. Bad news bears. So now we're just going to start here. Okay, so it says it reaches 8 feet. So that's up here. And I crossed off the last part, so ignore that. And it goes 10 feet from where she's standing. So that's 10, comma 0. This is 0, 0. What's halfway between 0 and 10? 5. So that would be 5, comma 8. Okay? So my vertex, my answer right there for vertex, should be 5, comma 8. Okay? Now I'm going to do my formula. Y equals AX minus H squared plus K. You know I'm going to pick the one that gives me a positive. And then my pink goes here. My blue goes here. Oops, sorry. I'm a mess right now. So then I'm going to go 0 equals, a times my x is 10 minus 5 squared plus 8. Put the vertex in, put the point in. 10 minus 5 is 5 squared, which is 25a, plus 8 equals 0. Subtract 8. Divide by 25. Okay? I'm talking all day. Sorry about that. So I got my a. Now let's look at my equation. So we're going to ignore this. And I'm going to get y equals negative 8 over 25 x minus, this is going to be an 8. X minus 5 squared plus 8. So since I botched that, here's the vertex because it's halfway between 0 and 10. It's 8 feet high. That's the y value. Okay? As a side note, if I was doing transformations, how many transformations are there? 4. Vertical translation, 8 up or up 8. Horizontal translation, right 5. Vertical compression by a factor of 8/25. Reflection over the x-axis. There would be 4 transformations. Okay? Let's see. So they're asking whose will be higher. So there's this one and there's this one. So if I was to loosely graph this, that would be right 5 and up 8, and it's going down. So that's the green one. So look here, green, green. That worked out. And then this one, which is not green, we'll just say it's blue. I don't know, who cares? Oh, it says red. I'll use pink then. They're saying the vertex is right 3, up 7. So whose is higher, the green or the red? And the answer is the green. Okay, domain. What is the domain for all parabolas? All real numbers, negative infinity to positive infinity. They're asking for the range of the green. Well, it's here and down. So when they're talking about range, they're talking about the y value, and it's going down to negative infinity. Remember, we always have to do the smallest first, the biggest second. If you're struggling on domain and range, let's do a private Zoom. I've done that with a few people, and honestly, it's helped them out, I think. All right, homework. I guess you guys missed this homework video, but I already did some stuff, so let me kind of explain what I did step by step. So they wanted the x-intercept, so to get the x-intercept, I set it equal to 0, I factored, and I solved, okay? If you're struggling with factoring, I need you to talk to me about it, okay? I'd love to help you out. To get the y-intercept, you plug 0 in for x, but really it's just the last number in standard form, okay? The line of symmetry, so let me show you this. So if you had a graph, let's say this is the graph. There's negative 1, and there's negative 1/2. Those are your intercepts. Your vertex is somewhere in the middle. So what's halfway between 50 cents and $1? 75 cents, which is what I have right here. And if you're really cool, you'll say negative 3/4. But it's okay. Who's really cool? Okay. So how do I get the y value? I take the 0.75 and I plug it in. Okay. Honestly, wouldn't it be easier to plug it in there? Yeah. Okay. Now the last thing they want you to do, which means you're going to do this. This is your homework, by the way, but I did some problems for you. Okay. This problem here, a lot of people struggled on this, but I want you to know, let me show you how I started it. Here's Colombian and here's mocha. As soon as we're talking about 2 different kinds of coffee, we're talking about an X and a Y. So when I'm looking, I see a lot of words. I don't like words, I like numbers. That's why I love math. Money plus money gives you more money. Now, if I just had one equation, I couldn't solve it. But if I have another equation, then I could solve by elimination. If you're struggling on this, please talk to me, okay? Then I see the only thing left I have is 18, and it literally says the total is 18, so that's equals 18. And then you would solve by elimination or substitution and get the answer. Okay? I guess I did all of these. So they wanted to know in number 1, what is the range? So I'll focus on the y value, negative infinity to 3, and the domain is all real numbers. Here, the domain is greater than negative 2, but that's going to the left, so that means b is over here, which is what I put. X is less than, going to the left. Now notice, these should have been in set notation, by the way. Okay. And don't write out the word all real numbers. Write the R like that. It's a lot shorter. Now the range means everything up, everything down, all real numbers, negative infinity, positive infinity. Side note, not a function, is a function. Next one, the domain is, what did we say? X is greater than or equal to 2. So you'll look like it's like, can't go past that line. What's that line? Negative 2. So it's negative 2 and bigger. Now the range is everything greater than 0, because look at this, it's like it almost touches 0, but it's not quite touching it. Again, all these are here because I made a video and I don't know what happened. All right, the line of symmetry is the x value of the vertex. You finish it. This one, I am actually, here's the work and stuff, but I'm probably just going to do this problem in your review. This one, you want the bases the same. Wow, I did a lot of work for you, didn't I? Holy mackerel. Oh, this must be the answers. Okay, so you want the bases the same. So if you look, now the bases are the same. And then you just take this, set it equal to. You want the bases the same. Now that the bases are the same, set them equal to. Now if you just copy this down, you're going to cry later because this is something that's expected. Pretty good quiz question, maybe. Make the bases the same. Then set this equal to this. It ends up being a proportion, and so when you solve, you get 2 answers. In this problem here, I found the vertex because there's nothing with the x, and then there's the y. You finish it by giving me the rest of this. I found the vertex, too small or too bigger. Graph them both. This last one, what's the difference between this and this? The plus 6. Well, what does plus 6 mean? Vertical translation, 6 up or up 6. Okay. This was the bonus. It was already assigned last week because remember I moved 2.2.1c. I want you to see all the right answers because this is something that's expected now and it'll be a future homework. It will not be bonus anymore because you've already seen the answers. This is also something else I need you to be good at. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I feel like these are some good quiz questions. If you're not sure how to solve these, you need to make sure you ask me. This was a hard one, so just kind of glance at it. I think a lot of you understand this a little bit more, but these are all really good questions for your quiz. And then now we're at the next lesson. So that's it.